Welcome everyone to Day 4 of Expedition Online Season 2. I'm Jonathan Knight. With me tonight in the commentator booth from Season 1, we have Kimmy Page. How you doing today, Kitty?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Very excited to have you, our comp beast from Season 1. Things have really kicked off. Game is heating up as finally Team Janet's winning streak would come to an end last night as they would finally have to get themselves out of the shelter and get to the scheming. They couldn't quite duplicate the performance of Team Tyson from last season, did they?
Yeah, no, they were close, but yeah, I mean, it's like you do what you need to do. You know, you want to win and you want to be safe for your team, but after a while, there's people that, you know, start getting antsy and they want to start voting people off and playing. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure there were a couple people from Team Janet that were probably excited they lost just so they could game.
Yeah, and it would end up being Dakota who would become the first explorer from Team Janet to be deserted at the crossroads. And this leaves us now with 14 players. We're back to 7-on-7. After Gabe would win at the Trail of the Deserted, he decides to rejoin Team Ethan. Did that decision surprise you at all?
No, not really. I feel like that was kind of the smart move, definitely the safe move, because he already had relationships on that team. So if he chose to like switch, I think it would kind of automatically put him on the bottom and he would have to work a lot harder. Right. So he probably made the right choice.
Yeah, I can't wait to get things going tonight. The players are really in for quite a storm as things are about to get twisted up right from the beginning.
It's Day 4 of Expedition Online.
You better believe I'm watching out for Gabe. You better believe I'm watching out for Jack. I think those two are going to be my biggest problems this game. At least on this side. I don't even know about the Janet side.
I was so worried that it was going to be me tonight. I really believed at one point that Rob and Daniel and Jared were ready to gang together and vote me out. When I started to get this feeling, I really started to push this idea of we need to get this group together that is going to stay strong when we end up interacting with the other tribe. So, because I really wanted to push home, I was one of the people willing to stay with this group until we can. And I'm not at all.
We have to swap parties or there's merge or something. I have a lot of people in my core and that makes me feel good.
What I saw when we were going over the vote was Jared, Daniel, and Rob, I thought had this tight bond. I think those are the three that I believed were the core. I think there is a core. I think there's a core of at least 3, and I don't think I'm part of it.
When we got back from Crossroads, everyone was talking, and I just decided to throw it out there like, hey, I heard you guys talking about the compass. Was there a clue? And I was watching everyone. Dan and Kyle immediately wanted to shake their head no. Jarrett looked confused, like he didn't know if he should say yes or no, like he was looking around to see who he should follow. He's a follower, I think. And Justin and Rob, I think they were saying yes, and I don't remember if Maddie was. So I think Kyle and Dan we need to watch out for. I think we should go for Dan first because Justin's right. He went to look for the compass and then he did not want to say.
I feel increasingly confident that Kyle has the idol, which messes things up a little bit. I mean, he would easily be my next choice for who would be voted off next, but you know, if he's going to play a compass, then the last thing you want to do is throw a bunch of votes his way and then have someone in your alliance go home, especially since I have like the little PTSD trigger from today where if Dakota had played one, I would have gone home with 1 vote, so you got to be careful.
Hopefully we don't lose tomorrow. If we do, I think I'm in trouble.
Greetings, explorers. Today's challenge is called Backwards Bowling. You're going to compete in alphabetical order of your party, and each explorer will get 3 rolls. When it's your turn, you will turn around and roll it towards the cups. Hopefully with more accuracy than me. You'll get 3 chances to roll. The party with the highest combined score score wins. I'm going over to go down.
Welcome, explorers, to the Exemption Challenge today. We are going to be doing backwards bowling, and I think you guys all know how this goes. Since you're all here, actually, I did get a question last night from one of the players, and sometimes the questions, if it's relevant to everybody, I just want to explain. There was a question about the prize for this season. You guys are all playing for a charity. I can't tell you all of the details now, but what we can tell you is you're playing for the charity that you picked, and then we surprised you on draft night and told you that you're also playing and raising money for the charity of the team captain who picked you. And we just wanted to make that clear so that when we do the swap here in a second, you guys know that if you end up on the other side, your charity is locked in. So you're going to be playing for the team captain who picked you. So is it clear with everybody how this charity works and that it's locked in there? You guys are like really surprised about the charity. We went over this on draft night. What's going on?
Yeah, Doc, that's not the surprise. That's not what's going on.
Oh,
You just said swap. Why is
oh.
Doc telling them about that?
Oh, did I say something about the swap? All right, that's right. We are going to swap now. We have 14 players, so we're going to swap. I have a wheel, and I'm going to spin the wheel. It has everybody's name on it. The first name that comes up will be on Team Ethan, and the second name will be on Team Janet, and we'll just keep going until we have 7 people on each side. So, here we go. First person, first name that comes up, this is going to be Team Ethan. It's a good spin there. All right. Team Ethan, Ryan. Ryan goes to Team Ethan. All right, let's see who's going to be the first person on Team Janet. Let's give that wheel a spin. Jared. Jared on Team Janet. I think the wheel knows where you guys wanted to be or where you were or something. I don't know. The next explorer is going to be on Team Ethan. All right.
Okay,
Rob is on Team Ethan. We have our first person jumping party lines.
I was just telling you, party, that I was running out of red clothing.
Oh, well, there you go. Now you don't have to do laundry, so maybe this just did you the wheel did you a favor.
I don't call it a favor, but
I would suggest not speaking bad in front of the wheel to the wheel, but that's your choice. Let's see what the wheel's got for the next person.
Oh, God,
This
is
person will
nerve-wracking.
join Jared on Team Janet.
Jennifer going over to Team Janet.
Jennifer joins Jared over at Team Janet.
Go for the
The
spin.
wheel has started spinning again.
Jared, go here. Can we see?
Kyle.
And Kyle. That's not how you spell it.
And even
I know,
though
Kyle.
the wheel doesn't know how to spell your name, don't hold that against the wheel. So now let's see who's going to join Jared and Jennifer on Team Janet.
Ryan all of a sudden in the minority on Team Ethan.
No, not looking good.
And
Justin.
So that's
Okay,
all
let's see
Team
who's going to
Janet.
join
Yeah.
Team Ethan.
So, let's see.
Jack. And let's see who that fourth person is on Team Janet. Hannah.
Hannah.
Oh.
Oh, that's rough.
So,
First,
yeah,
Hannah
she's
makes
in
the
the
jump
minority.
over to Team Janet.
Yep, first team Ethan to go over onto Team Janet there.
So she changes team colors as well. What does the wheel say? Daniel. Daniel is now on Team Ethan. We have 5 explorers left. The next explorer will be jumping over to Team Janet or staying at Team Janet.
So either way it maps out right now, it's going to be a 4-3 split.
Chantel, Team Janet. All right, we have 2 spots left on each side, each party. The next explorer from this group of 4 will be going to Team Ethan. Team Ethan, Gideon. Gideon stays on Team Ethan.
oh yeah.
Happy about that?
So we have 3 left. Let that wheel see who's going to Janet. Garrett. Garrett finds himself on Team Janet. And we have 2 explorers left, Maddie and Gabe. So the next explorer that comes up will be on Team Ethan, and by default, the other one will be going to Team Janet.
The good thing for Gabe and Maddie is they're going to be in the majority no matter what.
Team Ethan.
Yeah.
Which means Gabe will be on Team Janet. So we have our new teams. We have our new parties.
Funny how that
On
worked
Team
out.
Ethan, we
that's
have
always
Ryan,
nerve-wracking.
Rob, Kyle, Jack, Daniel, Gideon, and Maddie. And on Team Janet, we have Jared, Jennifer, Justin, Hannah, Chantel, Garrett, and
Very
Gabe.
interesting split.
So what we're going to do is we are going to divide you guys off into 2 different rooms to compete. You're going to compete in alphabetical order. But the stakes are not normal. Do you guys want to know the stakes now, or do you want to know the stakes later? Now. So there seems to be overwhelming demand to find out what the stakes are now. All right. Well, yesterday we had a 0-sum game, which means we had 1 person leave and 1 person come back into the game. So we didn't lose anybody yesterday. Let's make up for that. Both teams are going to be going to Crossroads tonight, and each team will be voting 1 person out. So you are going to be playing for individual exemption on your new teams.
That's never a good
So
thing.
if you feel like you just got swap screwed, you do have a chance to earn yourself exemption from Crossroads and from the vote tonight. Since we are doing 2 Crossroads tonight, we will also put a team reward on the table. The team that has the highest average will get to sit in on the other party's Crossroads. You have to keep your mics muted, but you can sit in. They will go first. You will watch their Crossroads, and then as soon as they leave, we'll go into your Crossroads.
Those are always fun, aren't they?
Does everybody understand what we're playing for tonight?
Fireworks.
If you guys can populate the appropriate rooms now.
Okay, ready, go. Big shot. 9 is a big start here.
Gideon, you can go.
Yeah, so Daniel
Is that
just got
0?
9.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
no.
missed the cups.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeesh. That's a tough break.
yeah,
Jack,
that's what I was looking
I'm
at.
ready for you when you are.
That's not good.
Exemption here. Gideon is sitting on a compass, though.
Is that all 10?
Definitely going to be interesting going into tonight.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that's all 10.
Hey, great job.
Yeah, so it's him, Jack, and
Kyle,
Ryan in the
you may
minority
go.
here.
Yep, at least from first glance, that would appear to be how it looks. That those 3 guys are going to be in trouble. Let's see if they find the crack.
9.
9. All right. Maddie, I'm ready when you are.
I've got an adorable helper in the background.
Oh,
Big
0.
miss. Now you got to 0. Big toss, but unfortunately,
Rob, you can go when you're ready.
Kyle's dog's coming in to help too.
8.
Rob pulls off an 8. Some big scores right now. Those zeros
Ryan,
are not going to
you
play
can
well.
go.
Okay.
Is that all 10?
That was.
All right, Jared with 0. Jennifer, you're up.
yeah. That was a rough roll.
Jennifer here. Big roll.
Ooh.
Oh,
She got the hard one. Jennifer got the hard one there.
How do you even hit that one in my head?
All right, 1 point for Jennifer. Justin's up.
Impressive just to get the 1, I think.
I know, yeah.
I think that's tougher than getting like 7 or 8.
Yeah. It seems kind of hard to do.
Looks like he didn't have enough.
It looks
time
like
to start
3,
with.
right? Yeah.
Okay, 3.
Yeah.
All right, so through 1 round, Hannah's in the lead with 8, and Justin is in second with 3. Jennifer and Garrett both have 1 point. So Chantel is up for her second shot.
It looks like we're gonna be able to catch the end of Team Ethan and then get back in time for the end of Team Janet. So let's go back over
Wow, she got all 10.
Oh, big 10 from Chantel. Good thing
Ooh.
we grabbed that.
Big time right there.
Yeah. Wow.
Big
She's
time.
fun. All right, let's go back.
Good
Alright,
you
Gabe.
win it.
All right.
That's 0.
Oh,
Kyle, you're back up.
Yeah.
well, zero's coming up. Let's see.
Wow.
Another avalanche, and all right, great. Luckily, that was your last round anyway. Maddie, you're up, and 0. Rob,
Oh, Maddie.
All 10.
strike. Yep.
Oh, big strike.
Okay, and Ryan, close us out.
Okay, this sounds like it's the last toss here. We're gonna have to find out what the scores were at the end here.
Yeah.
I know Ryan got the 10 in the first round.
Is that 8?
8, that's another big score. 18. I mean,
Okay.
we didn't see what he did in the second round there, but let's go back over to Team Janet
Yeah.
and see if we can catch the end of this.
I don't know where the other ones went.
It looks like maybe Justin got 9.
8.
You got 8. Okay.
Yeah, 2 were up.
Gotcha. But we have Hannah in the lead right now with 18 points.
Wow.
And I haven't added everything up, but it looks like Justin has 11, Jennifer has 10, Garrett has 11, and Chantel has 10.
Okay.
Gabe with 0 and Jared with 0.
Hannah kind of running away with it. Right?
Gabe has 0. Don't forget, we're still playing for the reward to see if you sit in, so the team points still matter.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Gabe. Let's give you a third shot in here.
Yeah, really letting this team down right now. Get one, Gabe. Here we go.
Wow.
Found the mark on the last
That looks
one.
like it might have been all 10.
Oh my gosh, that's what he needed.
Yeah,
That motivation.
figured it out.
Well, let's go see it. And Hannah, who's up, has 18 points, and she's looking to add to that.
Gabe could really be in the middle of these two parties right now as I'm looking at the numbers.
But she doesn't.
She was voted out by Chantel, Garrett, and Hannah
Freaking me out, Docs.
2 days ago.
Well, I apologize,
That's
but you need
true.
to have, cold
Very
ice in your veins.
Oh.
Jennifer's up. She's sitting on 10 points right now.
I mean, depending on what you're rolling, if it's uneven, the can could like
Here you go,
wobble
Jennifer.
Yeah. And he's in the minority here, so that
Yeah.
must be
A
scary.
strike.
Hey,
Jennifer crushed
very
it.
nice.
So Jennifer just took the lead with that shot.
Oh.
She's at 20.
Wow.
Justin is sitting on 11
Just Justin to go here.
with his last shot.
He has to get at least 9.
Yeah, gotta have a big one here. Pressure on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I saw a couple pop up. Just the one up. That looks like a
Just
9.
one standing, so that's a 9.
Well done.
Wow. Comes through in the clutch, I think.
So
Yeah.
Jennifer and Justin, you need to set yourselves up for a tiebreaker because you both just finished with 20 points. We have Jennifer and Justin with 20 points, so they're going to go for a tiebreaker to see who's going to get the individual exemption tonight.
Here we go. This is intense. They're both in the minority on coming into this grouping.
God, I know this feeling. I know
This
it's
will be a
very nerve-wracking.
one-shot tiebreaker. Whoever knocks down the most.
A freebie here. She wants to win it legit.
Oh yeah, I respect it.
She lines up her shot. Oh, a couple warm-ups. Make sure she's got the lineup. Oh! Ooh, knocks
She
up
got
the
the
whole
back row, so I think that's a total of
That's impressive.
4. I mean,
How do you
so
just
Jennifer
get
with 4. If
Yeah.
Justin can beat 4,
four
That is
back
pretty
ones?
impressive.
then he will have exemption tonight. If he can't beat 4, then Jennifer will have exemption.
Oh, the dog. The dog might mess
Hang
it
on
up.
1 second. I took my dog out of his crate. I'm just putting him back in.
Yeah. I mean, if he messes it up, that's like a dream come true for me.
I was gonna say, I knew Doc was gonna be excited the dog popped in.
No, he's back in the crate.
I love dog content. Okay.
Here we go.
Justin on his tiebreaker attempt.
Big shot for him here.
He won in 4.
Crushed
Ooh.
And it looks
That'll
like
do
he
it.
got more than 4. I would say he got 9.
it. Yeah, it's safe to say he got.
Dang. Good job,
Nice job,
Cody.
bro.
Take it over
So
on the
Justin is
side.
exempt,
Justin.
and we will bring all of you back to the challenge room where we will reveal the results of the other team together. All right, so we have the results from both parties. I'll first tell you who won the individual exemptions. For Team Ethan, Daniel is exempt tonight.
Ooh.
And for Team Janet, Justin is exempt tonight. Now to find out who goes first, we had 136 points in one room and 89 points in the other. Team
Wow.
Ethan had 136 points, so you will sit
That was
in
not
on
close.
Team Janet's
Yeah.
crossroads, and you will go second. We'll see Team Janet first. All right.
Should be
I'll see you guys
exciting.
at 9:10. Go ahead
to
back
follow
to your
this action
to your
best
new
we can.
camps.
So let me get this straight. You're telling me that I've blown up Hannah's game already. I've blown up Gabe's game already. And you're gonna swap me to have both of them, but Gabe has no reason to work with us. We voted him out.
Alright. Well, a lot of my game got blown up last night, so we swap, and as soon as I hear it's a swap and that we are even 7-7 on both original groups, I know I'm going to end up in a minority group of my originals because my luck is shit in a lot of places where it's dependent on randomness.
One night I met in a room with 6 people. Before we picked teams, they were like, should we make like a first day alliance? And I was just like, haha. That was just like a warm up to see how I would do talking to people. Hold no weight to it. Flash to tonight.
I'm going to just ask you straight out, are you planning on staying strong to your original group? Is that your plan right now?
It depends because the original group, there's some wishy-washy people in it. But I
Okay.
like the original group.
That's what I was gonna. Who I have to look at the list of who was with us. That's on. Chantel was with us. Garrett left early, and
Mhm.
Jen jumped in.
Yep. hmm
I talked to Jen
And Maddie
last
from
night.
your team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but she's on the other group. I'm just talking about who's with us now. I talked to Jen, and she
Okay.
was also on board to keep that original 6.
Okay.
So this is all I'm going to propose to you, because like right now you guys are up 4-3. So I know you guys have complete control of really what happens if you guys choose to go that way. I will propose,
Yeah.
if me, you, Jen, and whoever else you want that you feel the most comfortable with in our new group right now, form a 4-person thing right now. I think that because to me the original groups were just randomly done, like it had no control over us. And at this point,
Right.
I think it's more important to get people you actually trust, not just who we started with.
Right.
So if you are down to be with me and Jen, I think she'll side with us.
Okay.
And like who of the 3 that came with you from the Ethan group do you feel the most strongly about?
Chantel is definitely my number 1. We
Okay.
stuck together. We had like a girl gang going, and we're the same
Okay.
age, so we were
Awesome.
discriminated against equally.
So who do you trust the least on your group that came over? Who is it? It's Gabe,
Gabe.
Garrett, and
Mhm.
Gabe. Okay.
Yeah.
This is what I'll
But
propose.
only because we had a rogue vote for the first round. We're playing the blame game.
Oh, so everyone
So there's
voted
fun
unanimously
tea.
for Will except for one person. And then
And
it
that
went
one
up.
person voted for Gabe. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. And you have no idea who
Yeah.
it was?
We don't know. They thought it was me, and I was like, no, it really wasn't me.
Okay. So this is what I'll propose to you.
Okay.
If we do that for me, you, Jen, and Chantel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Since you guys, if we vote out Gabe tonight, right, it'll make us even.
Okay.
So just because it feels just like obviously we all just came together, and you guys do have the numbers right now. So as well propose that we get rid of Gabe tonight, and the next time we go, I'll vote out Jared with you.
Woo! So the last 24 hours have been interesting. Justin has me concerned.
I'm in a vulnerable spot, so I will write down whoever's name.
I'd also be down to like eventually eliminate Hannah because she's definitely not trustworthy. And to be honest with you, I don't know if I can trust Justin because he's been putting like hella names out there like over and over again. He put my name out there. He put and then just because I know he put my name out there, so like I can't trust him.
Oh yeah. Well, so yeah, this is part of that. Yeah, because I've had concerns as well about if he can keep a secret.
Yeah, I'm not
if you
sure.
can keep that between us. I haven't told anybody else on your old tribe that yet, but that was one concern I had about him back in the original tribe.
Mm-hmm. So I think if we play our cards right, we could probably, I would say, like, people I'm most concerned about would be Justin and Hannah.
Spill. You've talked to everyone more than I have.
Yeah, I've gotten to talk to Gabe and Chantel, and they seem like they're good with us four voting for either Jared or Jennifer, if that's good with you.
I don't care. I like Jennifer. Jared didn't do a great performance.
That man's pitch to us was, I'll do better in challenges than Jennifer. I was like, 0 points. like that's a weird pitch, but
yeah.
So
the other thing was, this is what Justin and I were talking about. Do you remember the first night when it was like the 6 people in that one room? It was you, me, Chantel, Justin, Maddie. I think that was
I was gonna say I could not name everyone that was in that group. I'm sorry. I was in and out of that group so fast. I apologize. Yeah. Okay, but what about that 6? What did he say?
Justin was asking if we would consider voting out someone from our team and making the sides even, and then for the next one he'll vote out Jared.
The sides are even. That pitch doesn't make any sense.
Like, because we have 4 and they have 3, so then instead of us just picking them down.
Yeah, but it's actually 7-7. They're gonna vote out one of ours on that side, so making it even would be voting out one of them. You know what I mean?
But I don't. Yes, the problem is I do know there is like an underlying alliance with this. It's the like core 6. As Jennifer came in after you left that room and she was like inducted into it. So then we would have 7 people already on an alliance.
I am trying.
Promise? Do you promise?
I'm not writing your name up. It's what I'm trying to get done. This is what I said. The person I went to first was Hannah. And I told Hannah that I wanted our original 6. That's what I liked. I said that you were with me. So is what I proposed to her was I asked Hannah, who do you feel most comfortable with the group that came over with you? And she said Chantel. I just talked to Chantel, and Chantel said she didn't feel that way. Regardless.
Chantel and Justin were like, I'm so happy. I mean, Jared. She was like, I'm so happy to see you. I want to work with you. And he was like, me too. And I just sat there like, oh.
So it's what I said to Hannah was, give me some, who do you trust the most? She said Chantel. So then I said, okay, Jennifer is the person that I was tight with on my original group, right? And I said, this is what I'm proposing to you. Tell me one of those other 2 guys' names, and we vote one of them out so that you're, because I said to them, your 4 is right now in control. If they choose to stick together, they can. So what I said was, I don't want to stick just Janet tribe. I want our original 6 back together. Hello.
I haven't even talked to Chantel yet. And now they're all scheming in the outpost.
I mean, I'm still down to do me, you, Chantel, Jennifer, and ride it far, like to the end, to the final 4.
Yeah.
If you're willing to do that, like I said, I'm willing to show you my loyalty by if you show me yours first by getting rid of your Gabe or Garrett, your choice. I will show you mine by getting rid of Jared the very next round.
I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen.
Do you know who they're trying to target?
Jared.
I figured.
Yeah.
All right. If you can't get Gabe
And
to
now all
agree,
three of them are talking.
yeah, that's what I said. If Gabe won't agree, I mean, if Garrett won't agree to getting out Gabe, you won't do it.
Okay.
What's happening?
I'm going to start with this. I like Justin more than I trust most of the boys who are on the other tribe. So I'm willing to vote with them tonight if we're looking into the future, because if we go back and we merge and they have more people, like they already have 4 people and they're going to pick the little boys one by one, and then we merge and it's just 3 of us left, they're going to pick us off, and then it's going to be a Team Janet Final Four.
But if you want me to be honest with you, I'm not willing to flip.
Okay.
Because I would rather have the numbers in our favor and not their favor.
Okay.
That's just how I feel. Like
Yeah.
I want us to be like controlling the game. I don't want it to be left up to Faith and the next thing we know we're blindsided and we're voted out.
Right.
And that's
what did Justin tell you?
Justin told me he wanted to do Gabe. And I'm like, I don't want to vote out a guy I just voted out.
Yeah.
Because he came back, he chose our tribe to come back to. I feel like that says a lot. Right?
Yeah.
Because if you really felt like an outsider, you would have gone to the other tribe.
Correct.
What I got from them is they want to stick with the 4 of us because we will have the numbers. And I
That's
like
what they
that
told
way
me.
of thinking. So
then are you thinking, Jared? I'm going to do what you do because you and I have to stick together. That's all we have.
I know we have to. Because if you want me to be honest, like I only trust you, and I like tiny bit trust Garrett, but like I can't figure out where his
Not
head
enough.
is at, which is annoying.
Garrett, he's nice and he's been on my side, but I don't know what he said to other people. I don't know what he's actually thinking because he doesn't talk about the game too much. So he could be manipulating something and we would have no idea. Or he could just be a laid back, sweet guy who just.
I think karma got me on this, seeing as my target was Gabe, and he's back. And not only is he back, but he's so beloved by everybody. And I love Gabe too. And that's the frustrating thing, is what makes him so great is that I don't even think he's intentionally doing it for the game. I think he's just being himself. And that's what makes him amazing. And oh boy, we're going to have a problem with Gabe, I think, because now that he's back, I don't know how we get rid of him.
But he says he trusts her the most, and that makes me scared. Because she even asked me, who do I trust the most? And I'm like, honestly, I don't know. Like, why am I going to tell you? So you can vote them out? I'm not stupid. Come on, guys. Get out of there.
Come on.
Quick, before they come in.
Yo!
Justin gets in a room with me. He looks really excited.
Also, did you find the advantage earlier?
There was one earlier today?
Yes, it was in the clue. I've been waiting to talk to you since the tree meal came. Somebody found it. I found it within 10 minutes of getting the clue.
Where was the clue?
In the tree mail, when her kid comes by, you had to message. But I wanted to see if anyone brought it up earlier. And I'm worried. I'm worried about Dan and Kyle, that one of them have it. Put that pinky up. Look at me.
No, I told you.
Somebody has it on our side. If it's not me or you.
Okay.
Hey, Paul! We're going to Crossroads! We're going to Crossroads! I can't believe it.
And we'll see how this goes.
All right, welcome to Crossroads. I'm here with Team Janet talking, and Team Ethan is listening in. Team Janet, what's new? So
most of the tribe.
Oh, the new tribe. We swapped today. But let's talk about the swap. That's the biggest thing. So I asked Jared first. You were on Team Janet. You stayed on Team Janet. How did the swap go for you?
Well, I mean, at first glance, it obviously doesn't look as good being in the minority, but also it's a little awkward to not get a chance to get to know each other under calmer circumstances. You know, we immediately swap, immediately have a challenge, and immediately have to scramble. And I feel like my brain is still catching up, frankly. Like, it's just too much.
Jennifer, you were also original Team Janet. Same thing. How do you feel like the swap went?
I think it's definitely crazy. We were hoping that maybe, you know, we would wait a little longer for the swap, but I definitely feel like there's a real chopping block now, and it's just hard to get to know everybody when you're trying to still feel them out and see if you can trust anyone.
What do you mean there's a real chopping block now?
Well, there's 4 of them, 3 of us. Doesn't look good.
You're worried tonight, and you were competing in the tiebreaker, so you were so close to getting that exemption, but the exemption actually went to Justin. Justin, first of all, talk about the exemption.
I mean, the exemption worked out great for me because obviously I was able to be safe. And right now, looking at the way this broke out for us, the 3 of us are looking like we're on the bottom. So it's very nerve-wracking to start with. So being safe for the vote at least was able to ease my mind a little bit in that regard. Yeah.
Chantel, these 3 are saying they're kind of talking like original party lines are still in play. Do you feel like they're still in play?
Honestly, I have no idea. Somebody could flip tonight.
Are you worried about somebody flipping tonight?
Honestly, I am. But, I mean, at this point, it is what it is. You just gotta roll with the punches. If it happens, then it happens.
Gabe, you worked your way back into the game yesterday with the Trail of the Deserted. You showed up last night, and now you're part of the swap. Tell me about your past 24 hours in the game.
Definitely a lot. Having to decide which team to go back on. I guess in the end it didn't really matter since the team swap. But I'm feeling at least a little bit more confident than I did the day I was voted off.
All right, Garrett. I heard was that people kind of just been crazy, just jumped right into it. Is that right? Like right after the challenge?
Oh yeah, dude, we started right away. And I think we went the whole hour. There wasn't one moment where it's like, hey, let's take a second to talk and introduce ourselves. It was all game for a whole hour straight. And yeah, it was madness for sure.
And in this madness, in this scramble, was it 4 people sticking together and 3 people sticking together and obviously going by the party lines, or were people talking, mixing up, and everybody talking to everybody?
It was everyone talking to everybody. I think I talked to literally everyone here, and I think everyone else has done the same. So everyone got to talk to everybody. You know, in terms of where I'm going with it, I've made it pretty clear with I think everyone here that I believe that the 4 Ethans will vote together tonight. And so it's for us, or for where I'm at, it's between 2 of the original Janet members. But that's kind of, that being said, we all talk to everybody. So even though that's where I'm going, that doesn't mean that's where everyone on Team Ethan might feel. So it could possibly be a different type of vote.
So were they pitching to you?
Yeah, they're pitching. I mean, they all had their own pitch, right? And obviously they didn't want one of them to go, so they all pitched something differently, which was kind of interesting that they all had a different type of pitch. But for me personally, I like what Jared said. I think he nailed it. Is that we went right into the strategizing. We never had one moment where we got to just introduce ourselves, you know. And because of that, I got to go with the people I've been talking to for 3 days, and not the people I've been talking to for 30 minutes.
Hannah, what about day 0? I mean, did day 0 ever come up? Because at one point in this game, everybody was together.
Yeah, day 0 was definitely brought up. It's really gonna be, I mean, you don't know until the vote comes out, so I'm really not sure how it's gonna go. We'll see if the old alliances hold true, the day 0 alliances, or team alliances. So I guess we'll find out after the vote.
So, Jared, let's talk with you here. Just going around the room on the surface, it feels like people are still talking about the original parties.
Yeah.
Did you?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, if you got something to say, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'll let you finish.
No, you first. Okay. Do you feel like in those conversations, did you feel like there might be some cracks, or do you think that this really what's being said on the surface is how it is?
Yeah, it was hard to say. I mean, again, we didn't even get the chance to get to know each other better. So it's like things we remember from before, and then it's hard to offer a name because they've been tight. So we don't know the dynamics over there. So it was hard to even make a pitch. And, to Garrett's point, that's probably why our pitches were so discombobulated, is because we don't know the dynamics. And it's Jennifer and I had a different experience because we didn't have exemption. So Justin felt a little safer, so he was able to have more of those conversations, whereas the two of us, that was often us just sitting in the shelter or going to different rooms and hoping that someone would approach us. So it's definitely a struggle to not have as much of a sway, and I definitely feel like I'm on the chopping block tonight.
Well, Jennifer, if the focus is on you and Jared, what's your pitch tonight? What was your pitch at camp, or what's your pitch here at Crossroads?
I mean, if they're going to go based off of our performance and they're really going to stick by their 4-way, I wouldn't be the vote tonight. But it doesn't really seem like they're as solid as they're saying they are. So I think that we still have a chance. But I don't think everyone's as solid as they all think that they are.
How does that make you feel, Chantel?
Honestly, if you want me to be 100% honest with you, when you're playing this game, you literally have to be emotionless. So, doesn't matter how it makes me feel. What matters is what progresses me in the game. And that's the honest truth.
Okay, well, I appreciate you being honest and always telling me you're being honest. Maybe I can rephrase that question, though. She says that she doesn't feel like you guys are as united as you're saying you're as united as you are right now. So instead of how does that make you feel, how does that make you think?
Maybe we should be united. Maybe we should be. But at the end of the day, people have to do what's best for their game to progress themselves in the game, right? So it's determined on who we stay with or who we flip on. Wow, I don't have a clear answer.
It's good enough answer for me. I'll go to Justin. Justin, Jared and Jennifer were saying that they feel like maybe they didn't get an honest pitch from everybody. Do you feel like you got an honest pitch from the other 4?
So yeah, I felt at least I was more comfortable going to them knowing I was safe. So I talked to all 4 of them from the original Ethan tribe at some point, and basically they're not obviously all no one's going to be 100% united, but I got 2 names from between the 4 of them. Two names came out at some point that they might be willing to vote someone out. One person of the 4 of them basically seemed like they were like, no, I'm good with this 4. 2 names of those 4 did come up as maybe we will vote with you for them. It's a potential. So to me, that tells me if one of us has a compass and you're saying to us, vote this person, you're willing to lose them, because if our 3 votes go on someone and a compass is correctly played, that person's going home regardless if someone of those 4 flip. So to me, if someone's willing
to throw a name out and say, this person is who I'm willing to lose, someone's on the bottom. So the thing right now is I'm trying to figure out, my goal for tonight is at least the 6 of us to be more united. I don't want a 4 versus 3 vote, because that's going to basically be us eventually going to the merge, and we're not going to be able to work together. Everyone's going to be trying to get each other out. And we don't know what's going on in the other team. They could all be bonding amazingly. So I think our 6 going forward have to unite. So I'm going to throw it out there. Gabe told me that he was willing to vote out Hannah. We got in a room privately. He told me that Gabe got a rogue vote, their first vote, and Hannah was the one that it fell on that they think was the person. So he said to me, originally I was in a room with him and one other person, don't want to throw them under the bus. Gabe was like, all right, yeah, maybe. Eventually me and him made our way to a private room. He said, yes, I will vote out Hannah with you. So my thing right now is, though, I don't really trust his word on that, but I'm pitching right now, I'm voting Gabe tonight. I think the 6 of us should come together and vote out Gabe.
Okay, so I see that you want to jump in, Garrett. I also want to hear from Gabe and Hannah, but let's go. I'll let you talk, Garrett.
And in terms of your pitch, Justin, no offense, but with you saying that you're trying to get unity, it just doesn't make sense, because this man told me that he will vote literally anybody on this group. Literally any name. He said, give me any name and I will write it down. And not only that, since the other group's sitting in, by the way, he also said that, and I don't really have that much trust in half the people on my original group. And so it's like, in terms of this guy playing, he's been saying any name whatsoever. And then we're over here and he's trying to split up this 4 and put Hannah and Gabe against each other. And, I get it. I get the play, because obviously, Hannah voted for Gabe. And you got to be honest, so did I. I voted for Gabe. Chantel voted for Gabe. So if you're just going to target just Hannah as somebody that, I don't know, it just doesn't, none of this makes any sense in terms of Justin's pitch. And so, I don't know. For me, I'm still 4 strong. I think it's a lot of smoke that he's blowing, and he's able to blow it because he's immune. And I just think we got to stick to 4 strong.
Gabe.
For me, he asked who seems like would be the most willing, or the most like on the outside. And so the reason I brought up Hannah was because she had originally brought up me. Never said that I would vote for her. And also, he said if we were willing to vote out one of our 4, he didn't care if he was going to vote out Jared or Jennifer either. He said he'd just go with like the next vote. But he does have immunity, so I guess that's like why he's playing the way that he's playing right now.
Hannah, your name has come up. I don't want to fall under the trap of saying how do you feel or how do you think about that. So how about if you talk to us about your name coming up?
It has 6 letters. 3 of them are the same.
Does it?
I think names are going to be thrown around. You're scrambling for your life here. I think the vote is going to be interesting if this is what we're going after. But I mean, you can say my name. Lots of people do.
Say my name when no one is around you.
Say baby.
I knew she was gonna do it.
I don't know if we have the license for this song, but that was nice.
Oh, sorry.
Beautiful.
And you just totally threw me off from my next question. So I'm rattled. I'm rattled by the music. Justin, Garrett brought something up when he was talking, which is everybody's here. All of the explorers from both sides are here in tonight. How does how you're handling this right now impacted by them being here? The other 7 explorers.
I actually forgot that they were here, to be honest. So it didn't really impact it until just now, I guess.
All right.
I don't think it matters, to be honest. I think we're playing with this group right now, and you kind of have to not worry about what's going on over there as far as what they're thinking about me in terms of like this vote. Like, I have to get through this stage of the game to worry about what they think about me.
Fair enough. Hannah, what are you basing your vote on tonight?
I am basing my vote on how I feel about alliances in previous tribes.
Garrett, what are you basing your vote on?
The people I know and the people I definitely trust, and mainly the person I don't trust at this point.
Gabe, what are you basing your vote on?
I would say, like my tribe member said, that pastime is the future.
Chantal.
I'm basing my vote on what's gonna progress me in this game.
Jared.
I'm going to base my vote on what I think the plan is. I feel super in the dark, and it's just hoping for the best, really.
Jennifer.
I think I'm gonna base my vote on, I don't know. I don't even know if I know who I'm gonna write down until I write it down.
Okay. Justin.
I already said I'm voting Gabe. So, I'm gonna say it again. These group of four are acting like they're all on even playing ground as far as their original group went. And the fact that I got two names shows that they're not all four on the same level. That there are two people at least that someone thinks is lower than them. Well, first of all, Garrett, you said I was willing to vote anyone out. I wanted to see where you all stood. You were the person I was talking about that didn't really give me a name so much. You were just like, oh, well we're kind of... Actually, Chantel, you too. You didn't really give me a name either. So that's why...
Because I was talking to you first. I didn't even get to talk to... Actually, I didn't talk to you first. I told the same thing to Jared and Jennifer.
I was just saying more...
I made it very clear that I was doing Jared or Jennifer, and I said that to everyone here, and I said that here to everyone on the other tribe, and I said that to you. And then you said, well, I want to vote somebody completely different. And it's like, so I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. I said two names.
That's what I'm trying to say to you. I never said... That's what I'm saying to you. You were the person I'm saying it, which makes it seem more like you're very gung-ho about this four that want to stick together. The fact that Gabe told me he's going to vote out Hannah shows me he does not plan on keeping her far in this game. He is willing to lose her tonight if a compass is played, because if it goes how he wanted, he could have easily pitched to all three of us. It's Jared or Jennifer. You don't have a say. One of them is going home. You either throw your votes on each other to save yourself, and you can have a say in it. Otherwise, we're choosing. Instead, he gave me a name. He gave me Hannah's name.
Who do you think I'm voting for tonight?
Well, I assume you're gonna vote Jared or Jennifer, but that's because I just exposed the fact. Like, you obviously, if I'm voting you, you're not gonna vote with me. I know that. Like, I already decided I'm not expecting your vote to go the way I want it to. You're voting obviously against me because obviously you're not going to vote for the person that just said they're voting for you. I'm pitching to the other three.
Doc,
so yes, Doc, to answer your question, my vote is going to Gabe.
And Jennifer, you were going to say something?
Everybody's talking about alliances, and so I think I'm going to vote with just my original alliance. Day one, right from the gate.
I know I'm definitely going with the one that I said.
All right. Does anybody else have anything they want to add before we go to vote? All right. It is time to vote. I have the votes. If you have a hidden advantage that you'd like to play, now's the time to do it. Okay. I'm going to read the votes. Our first vote is for Gabe.
Shout out, Justin.
Our second vote is for Gabe. That's 2 votes, Gabe. Our third vote is for Jennifer. That's 2 votes, Gabe. 1 vote, Jennifer. Our fourth vote is for Jennifer. That's 2 votes Gabe, 2 votes Jennifer. Our fifth vote is for Jennifer. That's 3 votes Jennifer, 2 votes Gabe. And our sixth vote is for Jennifer. That's 4. That's enough. Jennifer, I'm sorry, but your expedition has come to an end. Is there anything you'd like to say to your party?
No.
You're welcome to stick around for the other crossroads if you want.
Justin, I just want Justin to take this. Go. Do it. Do it.
All right, thanks, Jennifer. Jennifer, if you want to stick around, you're welcome to watch the other crossroads. Everybody else from Team Janet, time for you to go back to camp. Lights out at 11 p.m.
Sorry that I have to do this, but Gabe had clued me in that you were the vote tonight, and I really don't want to go home. I'm so sorry, Jennifer, and I can't wait to hang out in Pennsylvania with you after this. I'm so sorry.
Day one, I made an alliance with 6 people, and so that's just what I'm going to go with. My vote tonight is for Gabe.
Through the Hail Mary, if this doesn't work, I am 100% going next, so I am praying that Hannah jumps onto our side.
I'm voting for Jennifer. This is because I need to prove to my original alliance that it was not me who voted for Gabe the first night. So we'll see if the rest of my team goes with that. Sorry.
Okay, so I hope everybody else flipped the last second and it goes according to plan. So I choose to vote for.
All right. Well, I think I've blown up Gabe's game. I've blown up Hannah's game. I don't know if I've blown it up, but I've done something to Justin's game. I like Chantel. She's my number 1. So it's between Jared or Jennifer. Going with what everyone else has told me to go for. And someone's game I haven't blown up yet, so they need to get out of the game.
It would be Justin, but he has immunity tonight.
Obviously, I'm on the bottom, but the Expedition Online gods have not been with me this whole freaking game. Obviously, the tribe swap didn't screw me because I'm on the bottom no matter what.
Chantel's been leading the whole thing. Also, Garrett and Jack have played together on a previous season. I was left out of the vote. I was left out of the vote to go get Gabe. So really, the way I like to play is if I'm told a name, I write down the name. They told me a name. The rest of them didn't go that way. They spared me, but obviously, if we went to another tribal council, I was done. So to be honest, a lot of the people on the other tribe were pretty dead to me. And I'm honestly relieved that we did have a tribe swap because, even if we are in the minority, but I like you guys, and I can tell you guys are a lot better and not as backstabbing as the other people.
That is definitely huge and good information to know that especially those two work together.
Yeah, they did.
And played in a game before. We definitely can't have them getting deep into the game because then that's just everyone might as well just not even show up and go home.
Yeah, exactly. And they were deciding votes over on our tribe, and yeah, I was about done. Yeah, man. I mean, I trust you, so what do I have to lose? I gotta trust people. I gotta put my trust somewhere, and it's obvious I can't put my trust in my own team because I got backstabbed bad, and I was almost out.
Well, to get the elephant out of the room, how does it feel to be put into a team with majority old Janet, now Ethan?
Yeah, I noticed that, but if I'm being honest, I'm a very reasonable person. So if there's a deal presented that helps me and helps someone else, then I wouldn't be afraid to take it. I haven't really aligned myself with anyone in my old tribe very strongly. We never had the chance to form those super strong bonds. So yeah, it's intimidating, but I'm very open-minded to working with new people and seeing new faces.
Well, obviously that's always good to hear, right? I can't really speak for the other folks on our tribe just because I think similar to you, we just went to the to Crossroads that one time. And so we didn't have to make a huge set of alliances or deep tribal bonds. So I don't even know if it's going to be that cut and dry tonight. Selfishly, part of me hopes so because I want to live, right? You want to live to the next day too. I think that's true for all of us. Yeah. I mean, you seem like, again, like a reasonable, nice guy. I wouldn't want to vote you out. Honestly, I don't want to vote anyone out at this point. I don't have like an agenda or any targets. As long as it's not my name, I am fine writing a lot of names down.
You could pick from them.
Them?
Mhm.
Looks like Rob was on the outside, whereas Maddie, Kyle, and Daniel were talking together in the outpost.
Did Rob express that he was on the outs?
He told me that he felt like he was on the outside.
Oh. Well, maybe I should talk to Rob real quick then, huh?
Yeah, you can if you
Because
want
we're
to.
thinking of putting the votes on me and Jack, and I wanted to communicate with you, but me and him are putting the votes on Kyle.
On Kyle, really? Okay, that's really interesting. Why is that?
3 strong and break up the thing. Break up whatever they got going on over there. You know, it appears that Kyle is the leader.
Do you know anyone else who's going to vote with you? Because that's only two votes.
Jack. That's
I mean,
3.
you and
You?
Jack, and me.
Yeah, 3. And
But
let's
they
try to
have
swing Rob. If we can swing Rob.
I immediately got into a small chat with Ryan, and I actually got really good vibes from him. I still get good vibes from him. He was right off the bat saying, I'm a very reasonable guy. I'm open to working with you. If there's a deal to be made, I am willing to make a deal, which is interesting to hear because you don't know if people are just fishing for information or being genuine, but it sounded really genuine from him. And then I went off into another room and ended up talking to Gideon, who was doing a bit more a bit more obvious fishing of, oh, I saw you weren't part of that channel with them. Why was that? And I was a little off-put by it. And I felt he was trying to insinuate that I was on the bottom of the 4 of us who were in OG Janet. Of me, Daniel, Maddie, and Kyle. Whereas I actually feel that I am in the top of, the top 3 of that 4.
Safety is an illusion, but if we could offer you any sort of comfort or safety, take it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I appreciate it.
Yeah. I like your vibes, so I'd like to keep you in here.
I also like your guys' vibes. I'm definitely down to help the team out. I'll fight neck and bone for us and try to win as many challenges as we can. That way we don't have to do Crossroads again. Hopefully they don't throw some curveball like this. To give insider knowledge, I think Garrett and Jack were the leaders of this really huge alliance. They played together in the past on a different strategy game, and Garrett won that game. So they were dictating like who to vote off and everything. So that was pretty interesting. This is my first time playing. If you were looking at it from an outsider perspective, there was maybe Garrett more so than Jack, but they were definitely leading.
Okay.
But if there's a chance of them having a compass, I might throw some shade towards Jack, I guess, in when we get to Crossroads, just that if they do play, they'll think we're kind of going after him, but we'll vote Gideon.
But I am down with a Gideon vote. I haven't talked with him yet, so I did talk with Ryan, and he seems like he said he seems pretty reasonable. He kind of made it sound like if there is a deal to be made, he would be interested in being part of it. So I don't know if I don't think we should bring him in now, just because we don't know him that well, but it could be something helpful for the future.
So who is that?
That was Ryan. He's in the outpost now with Gideon and Maddie.
Okay, so this is perfect. This will play into our strategy.
Yeah.
We can tell Ryan that we're going to vote out Jack, and it'll show his loyalty. If he votes Jack,
then
we know he's trying to be loyal. if he doesn't, they play the compass on him. If one of them has a compass, then it's pulled out anyways, and we still vote on Gideon.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
All right. Well, hopefully we can ram this stuff and get you more into the game and more excited.
Yeah,
Definitely
I
figure it out.
really appreciate it, father figure.
Well, like I said, I can't guarantee anything, but I'm definitely taking this into account, and I'm going to bring this back to some of the other people as well.
And- Yeah, man, and
see.
it's on the other tribe, they are pretty strong, and it does seem like, to me, if you look at it from the outs, then they'll probably pick off one of your members. So I understand picking off us, and I would kind of prefer it to be like that. But just know, coming into the merge, I would rather work with you guys.
I mean, my basic pitch is just like, you work with me. I'm going to be loyal. I want to play this game. I'm going to try to help as much as I can in these upcoming challenges because it really is a bummer coming here. And I think I'm someone that provides you with, like, I'm just a good alliance member. I'm going to be a good, if we get to the rendezvous, I'm someone that's like kind of a target that you might want to keep around as like a shield or something. It's stressful right now, but
well, I'm kind of curious about like. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
I'm just a bit curious about like the dynamics from your previous tribe, because like whether it's you or one of the other guys here, like I'd like to try to work with people and then keep working with them, right? Like obviously, if we work together for the next couple of votes and then we get to a merge and you flip back and go away from me, then it doesn't do me a ton of good. So I'm curious, like, was everyone super tight over there, or like, would you potentially be looking for like people to work with long term?
I'm always looking for people long term. Like there were specific people that I was close to, and then there were people that I voted with, but that's just because where the tides were going that way.
So you if you had your choice, you'd lean Gideon over Ryan.
Yeah, if that's what you want me to write down to prove my loyalty, I'll do it.
Yeah, so we hadn't picked out a name yet. We were planning to just like check in with you guys. So, I honestly don't know what to tell you to write down yet, but
just know that I'm not looking to stay blue the entire way. I'm looking to make moves later in this game, and I don't think you can do that by staying true to your color for the entirety of the game.
Might get played tonight. I was like, you never know. And so I've, tried to make them believe you have a clue, or not you have a clue, but anybody has a clue or a idol. Might not be a bad thing for one of us to just say we have it and try to get them to split last minute.
Yeah.
We're on plan Z. We're voting Kyle.
Kyle, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. And Ryan said, he is too.
Alrighty. Well, good luck finding that. If you find that, that's really good news.
But don't let him know where we are voting.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to.
Okay, cool.
That's not smart.
No.
This would be a good chance for me to maybe prove my honesty, because I wouldn't be surprised if 2 votes go your way tonight, but I'm happy to write whatever name you want me to write down, whether that be who you're voting out or who you're just testing me with.
Well, like I said, that's definitely good to know. I'm glad you told me that, because I guess I have a target on my back. I know I did pretty good in the challenge, but I didn't think I was like the go-to guy or anything, but clearly there's something there. So
yeah, I don't really know why it's you. That's just the name I have heard.
Okay.
And I figured it would be nice to have that knowledge before going in.
Yeah, well, seeing as you shared with me, I'll give you a little piece. I don't have anything, so I'm actually worried by this. I'm kind of confident that my team wouldn't flip on me, so it's more just I'm hoping that one of you guys don't have a compass and then flip the vote on us, and I go home from a compass. I'm excited because I found they steal a vote, so that will definitely come in handy at some point. It's going to make sure I play it at the right time. We should use Ryan kind of as a pawn to try and show his loyalty, and if he's being like deceiving about it, he'll tell them to play the compass and we'll vote the other way anyways.
Okay.
So we just got to figure out which we want to vote. And speaking of compasses, I did find the one of the hint that I showed you.
No
so
way.
we have that locked down. Yeah.
Oh, I was worried I was going to be alone forever, but thank God.
I'm like trying to like get away from the original Team Ethan, and like I can't just talk to like my people. What are you thinking?
Jack also, he was just telling me like, well, I don't have an idol, and like I don't. And I'm like, all right, this is like a lot for you to tell me that you don't have it. Like I don't trust that.
I don't know if I want to keep Jack.
I don't know if I want to keep Jack, but also I don't one-on-one with Gideon. And he was like, I mean, he was prying, which I expect, but it was like in a weird way. Like it kind of gave me an ick.
What I'm worried about with Jack is
that he's the leader.
Yeah, and him and Garrett are like a power couple. That's not my words. Someone else said that. I'm just trying to think of like long-term numbers. I don't particularly care about like long term with Gideon. I just think like in the interim, since he was on the outside of the vote in the last vote at his
like he might be good for us moving forward. If he's feeling like he's there have been enough whispers going on about Jack potentially being the vote. And the fact that Jack told me I don't have a compass, so that should put your mind at rest. Like that should give the majority safety. That made me think like, yes, you do have a compass and you're going to use it and you're trying to lull us into this false sense of safety.
Yeah, I really don't think Jack has a compass, but I think it's possible one of them, like maybe like Ryan has one and plays it for Jack or something.
Okay. I don't think Ryan has one.
Okay. Do you think Gideon might have one?
I don't think so. I don't know.
I don't think any of them do. Gideon just like is so chill that I don't know if he's like that's just who he is, or whether he's just more relaxed than he should be when he could be 3 minutes from being voted out.
Ethan, double crossroads tonight. You just sat in on the team Janet, where we saw Jennifer leave the game. Daniel, let's start with you. And let's start with what we just saw. I mean, let's not skip around. Tell me about the crossroads you just witnessed.
Well, Justin wasn't messing around. So if nothing else, I think it provided the entertainment value we were looking for. But yeah, it is a bummer to see Jennifer go. I mean, regardless of game or anything like that, I just think she's a wonderful person. So it's just too bad.
Gideon, tell me, what did you just see?
I saw a guy trying to claw his way out of a minority. I mean, what can you do?
And I mean, let's talk about that, because I mean, we talked about a 4-3 split at that camp. We have a 4-3 split at this camp. Can you appreciate what he was doing?
Yeah.
Jack, you want to comment on that performance?
It was interesting to be a fly on the wall, but I was, as entertaining as it was, I was really struggling to pay attention because I do not have the luxury of being in that minority, but also have that be exempt from getting votes tonight. So I was pretty much just like sweating bullets and being incredibly nervous throughout the entirety of Team Janet. It was hard for me to focus knowing that we have to overcome a similar disadvantage.
So Ryan, do you think what you just saw is what's going on with your party as well? Is it a 4-3 split? Are people just sticking with their old party lines?
I wouldn't definitively say that. There's always cracks in alliances wherever you go, no matter what. People are thinking different things about different people. But what I saw tonight, I definitely relate to Jack about being preoccupied with my own thoughts and not caring too much about what's happening, because my mind is on tonight and what's going to happen at our crossroads. Obviously, being in the minority is a scary situation to be, and you can't really predict what's going to happen. So I was completely out of it. I did not pay much attention either.
That's fair. It's a good point coming from, one of the guys who may feel like they're in the minority. So let's go to Rob. Rob, did you pay attention or were you also focused?
I was focused on what they were saying. Yeah, I paid quite a bit of attention. I think we've all had a bunch of different conversations and learned what people told us about what the environment was on other tribes or other parties that I wasn't in before. And it was interesting to hear some of those dynamics coming across from Justin's discussion, let's say, at his own crossroads, and hearing, pretty much his pitch publicly to everyone about we're all going to vote Gabe, but then also having Hannah thrown into the mix was a bit weird. So basically, yes, I tried to pay attention as much as possible, but there was so much going on that it was hard to really keep heads or tails of anything up until the final vote was read.
Maddie, do you think it was an advantage to sit in and listen to what was going on there?
Definitely. It was interesting to see what my former teammates were going through. And it was interesting to see the cracks that were on original Team Ethan as well. So yes, it was an advantage. It kind of left me feeling a little anxious, and I'm really sad that I saw Jennifer get voted out because I really loved Jennifer, and that kind of sucked. So
Kyle, what did you make of the whole crossroads you just witnessed?
I actually thought it was pretty exciting. Like, I'm glad that Justin kind of threw out some shade to try and get some answers and possibly make something happen. Because I kind of have a feeling I might be doing the same thing here tonight. So we'll see how that goes.
By all means, get started.
All right. I was kind of hoping with when you went to Ryan, I was kind of hoping it would continue in that pattern. I was going to be last. So yeah. I was told some conflicting information here, and I was also told that my name has come up, so which is kind of scary. But I was told that our boy Jack over here apparently has played one of these games before with somebody from the other side. So that is very scary. And then Jack turns around and tells me that the other two from the original Ethan team are actually saying my name. So I'm on super high alert right now and kind of scared, to be honest with you, but hoping I can get some answers or find out what the truth is here.
I mean, Jack, you unmuted yourself. I'm assuming that you're going to go, but I'm going to ask you, are you ready to get out from underneath that bus? Tell us what's happening.
I think I'm still breathing underneath the bus, but has some serious injuries. Yes, I did play in a 2-day version of this game. It was a mini where you would compete in a challenge, and then after 10 minutes of deliberation, you would vote someone off. I was the 4th person voted off, and the other person that played lasted longer than me. I did not tune in because I was pretty bitter, and I did not know where exactly they made it, but I know that they made it to the rendezvous. And then the other claim that I told Kyle what was happening, yeah, I was trying to be honest. I'm trying to play this game pretty straight up, and I know that I'm not in a good position. So I told him that the other people from my original tribe had thrown out his name, at least to get me to vote it for him. That's the truth. That's all I got to add.
Oh yeah, facts. We threw out a lot of names. Kyle, you're definitely one of them. Us three, we threw out a lot of people's names, and how we vote is how we vote. Just being honest.
Ryan, are you feeling like you're ready for an honest moment?
Yes, I actually don't think I had the chance to talk with Jack today, so whoever told Jack that I put out Kyle's name was speaking for me.
I did not say. I can go on to that note. I told Kyle, not that both of them, he may have interpreted it this way, not that both of them voted throughout the name. I said that one of them was, and I guess Ryan just revealed who told me the name, but I was trying to be honest, but not immediately target someone because I do feel bad throwing out someone's name like that. But I guess
good, bro.
since my name was thrown out as having played this game before, Gideon was the one that told me initially Kyle.
Yeah, threw out a lot of names. Kyle was one of them. Just how it goes. I mean, but I'm gonna be honest. I threw out the name. It was very early. It was like as soon as we started, I was like, if we have to vote somebody, who are we going for? We threw out names. One of them was Kyle. I really have talked to Kyle since then. I like the guy. Probably changing my mind about that one.
What do you think, Kyle?
Still kind of conflicted because it was Gideon that told me about Jack and Garrett working together, and it was Garrett on the other side that I was told, just so everybody knows in case I do go home and they need to target somebody. But yeah, I find it weird that Gideon would originally say my name, but then he would come and spill the beans about Jack to me right away. I feel like if there was a move, he could have just left that information out. So I don't know who's kind of beating around the bush here or who's telling the truth. But either way, I don't know how far I can go with somebody that's played with somebody else, regardless of how much of an alliance they may or may not have had or have right now. That's still a scary thought to have somebody who's worked with somebody else before or played with somebody else before, sorry. So it is scary in all aspects.
Daniel, is this new information for you?
Which one? About him having played before?
Yes.
I heard it like kind of at the last second before we came to Crossroads, but I think some of the details are new information.
Maddie, Bob, either of you?
Yeah, I heard about it. It's just facts. So that kind of made me feel uncomfortable. So I get it.
Yeah, I think, I heard it, and I think we're still so early on in this game that the smallest thing can put a bullseye on your back, unfortunately. But Jack, I will say thank you for kind of opening up and kind of coming clean with it all now. Not like it's anything to be really ashamed of, but you could have easily lied and said, no, this is false, and you owned up to it instead, which I appreciate.
I mean, yeah, I said that I was going to try to play a loyal game and be honest and straight with people. I wasn't lying about the fact that I played before. I hadn't brought it up because it hadn't been asked. I was asked on my tribe if I had played. And Gideon can attest to this. I'm not sure if he will agree with me, but because it seems like it's one of the two of us right now. But I was asked if I had played before, and I did say I had. I didn't say to what extent or that it was one of these versions, a 2-day version. But I didn't lie about it.
Gideon, Jack just said he feels like it's one of you two tonight.
Yeah.
Are you sensing this as well?
I mean, yeah, it could be any of the three on the minority, to be honest. There's a lot of factors like compasses that, may come into play. I don't know. But, you just never know.
Advantages. Daniel, have advantages come up?
It makes me pretty glad that I am exempt. I mean, I think they're sort of the hidden secret in plain sight that no one's talking about. I mean, we all know there are advantages out there. We don't know whether one of the 7 of us have them, but of course they're out there, and it seems like almost this taboo subject that no one wants to talk about, which seems a little silly to me.
Maddie, you agree? You think that nobody's talking about it at all?
I haven't heard of anyone talking about it. I don't think it's silly, though. I understand why people wouldn't talk about it. Right now, there's a 4-3 vote, and one of the 3 could have an advantage, and why the hell would they tell us if they had that? So I am not surprised that no one's been really bringing that to the floor.
Sure, I could understand why they might do that, but what about on your end? Like, what about influencing the vote?
Yeah, I mean, it could influence the vote. I think the 4 of us have decided to vote together tonight, so I'm not... I'm hoping that no advantages need to be played tonight.
Yeah, I mean, just in terms of influencing the vote, there's just, maybe one of them has it, maybe they don't, but there's no way we could say if there's a better chance that Gideon has one or Ryan has one or Jack has one. So, there's no way we can really choose who we're going to vote for based on that. I mean,
Rob, yeah, Kyle, definitely. Go ahead.
I kind of got to tonight late, so I found out later that there was a steal a vote hint that was kind of thrown out there. And I had heard rumors that somebody had thought that they found it, but it was actually claimed by somebody else. And I was also told that the hint was also the same on the other side, so it makes it very scary that one of these three could have this. And just before the vote, if they are talking about me, it's a good chance they're taking my vote, and then I'm out the door. So yeah, I would guess we'll see how the night goes, but things definitely don't feel good.
Yeah, I'll cop to that. I had gotten all excited, thought I'd earned myself an advantage, and then, got the response that somebody has already claimed this vote steal. So I have no idea who did it, but I do know that, again, whether it's someone on our tribe, whether it's someone on the other tribe, there is someone in this game that has a vote steal.
And you didn't see one just get played.
Right. So I think
sitting in.
So I think it's very unlikely that it was Justin or Jared or Jennifer. But it's still possible it's somebody that was already in the majority on the other tribe.
So, I mean, I'm hearing a lot of it's 4 versus 3 in here. I want to ask about day 0, if any relationships from day 0 came into play. Ryan, day 0?
I mean, I'm always talking, and I consider myself a very open-minded and reasonable person. So if someone presents an alliance or a deal or anything in which we're both given an advantage, then of course I'll take it. Yes, I did talk to people on day 0 and make some pretty good friendships, but going on, I'm always open to new things. I'm always looking toward the future and not necessarily focusing on the past.
Amen.
It's an interesting point about this being like looking to the future. If this is a 4-3 vote, then there's still a division after today as well, one way or the other. Gideon, do you want to talk about that?
About divisions?
Sure.
I mean, yeah. I guess there's always going to be divisions. I'm certainly used to there being divisions, but at the end of the day, you're a tribe, and a tribe is a tribe. And I don't know about y'all, but judging by how the challenge went today, our tribe kicked our butt by like 50 points, so I'm feeling pretty good.
Well, on that note, does anybody else have anything they'd like to add before we go to vote? Kyle.
Yeah, I just want to throw it out there that I do get it's a game, so if somehow something does go crazy, I don't take it personal, but I'm just hoping that the plan that I was told is still the plan and we can move on from there.
Anybody else?
I just want to say, Gideon, that's a great quote. It is what it is. And my vote tonight does not necessarily reflect my standing for the entire game and for the future. It's just what I'm feeling at the moment. But for the future, I will definitely help us win challenges. I'm not dead weight. I try as hard as I can. So yeah, anyone, I am open to being friends.
Yeah, of course. Same here. Ditto.
Yeah, I guess I'll finish it off so that everyone in the minority gets a last word in. But yeah, like Ryan, my vote also does not where it's going tonight. It does not reflect how I think I'm gonna align in the future if I'm still here. I think I'll also pull my weight in challenges, and I'm hoping that the reason I go home tonight, it doesn't hinge on past experience. I'm hopeful that the people that I spoke to trust me and that I don't get sent packing tonight. But
Should we vote on that note, or does anybody else want to jump in? All right, it is time to vote. Before we read the votes, if anybody wants to play a hidden advantage, now's the time to do so.
Docs,
Yes, sir.
I'd like to play my compass.
Okay. Gideon does have a compass. Any votes for Gideon tonight will not count.
Docs, I'm playing my compass too.
Okay. Kyle has a compass. Any votes for Kyle tonight do not count.
Not going home with that thing in my pocket.
Yeah, me too, buddy.
Any votes come up for Gideon, they do not count. If any votes come up for Kyle, they do not count. Our first vote is for Gideon. It does not count. Our second vote is for Gideon. It does not count. Our third vote is for Gideon. It does not count. Our fourth vote is for Gideon. It does not count. Our fifth vote is for Gideon. It does not count. Our sixth vote is for Kyle. It does not count. And our seventh vote is for Kyle. It does not count. There are no votes. You cannot talk to each other. We're going to go for a revote. You cannot vote for Daniel because he's exempt. You cannot vote for Gideon because he's exempt. And you cannot vote for Kyle because he's exempt. Okay, I have the votes. Since this is a revote, you can't play any advantages. And the person who's voted out, this will be the end of their expedition. Our first vote is for Jack. Our second vote is for Ryan. Our third vote is for Maddie. Our fourth vote is for Jack. Our fifth vote is for Jack. That's 3 votes Jack, 1 vote Ryan, 1 vote Maddie, 2 votes left. Our sixth vote is for Jack. That's enough, Jack. That's 4 votes. Do you have any parting words for the party?
Good luck, guys. That was a good play on Gideon and Kyle's part. No, it is what it is. Fourth person voted out again.
As we expected, unfortunately, Jack would go down. It looked like a 5-1-1 vote there. Back-to-back explosive crossroads. Game really lit up today as lines were drawn. These new parties, majority kind of took over, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the way it goes. And with it being a double crossroads too, you have a little bit less time. So I think everyone was pretty stressed out. And I think Jack knew that he was not in a good position, especially not being able to pitch his case right after that, no vote thing. So I think he kind of was expecting it, but it's sad.
Yeah, and it looked like he was in such a strong spot after day 2. We were saying what a great job he was doing, staying in the middle, but trying to keep his party cohesive. But I mean, it's the luck of the draw. As much as this game is about, there's a lot of skills that go along with it, and to get to the end, you got to do a lot of things right. But you also got to get lucky too, don't you? 2 compasses are played. Tough to really blame yourself on that one. So great effort from Jack. Yeah. Great effort from Jennifer, who was able to turn around her game, but unfortunately, both of them are going to have to go. And we're down to 12 players, 6 on 6.
I think everybody's game is kind of up in the air, and party lines are being blurred more and more as time goes on.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we saw the majorities kind of break through at the end tonight, but I don't expect that to last too much longer. A lot of names were coming up. I think a lot of things are going to be exposed tonight and early on the next game day. So really excited to see that. So make sure everybody is tuning in next time. Peace.
For someone who needed my vote, you really didn't seem too interested in talking to me, so I'm just hoping that's not because you have a compass.
Alright, I told the group Kyle, the minority. I'll go Kyle. I hope they stick the votes on me, because that'll toss things up.
My vote, I'm gonna try to display some loyalty to this new power group in my party. My vote is for Gideon, but as you can see, I'm pretty sure I'm going tonight. Sad face. Devastating that playing before may come back to haunt me.
My vote tonight is going to be for Gideon. Yeah, I'm hoping my 4 stays as a 4, and I hope they're being strong and smart. And yeah, hopefully along the way, maybe Jack will play a compass for himself and kind of throw it away, and they all vote this way like I'm supposed to.
My vote tonight is for Gideon. Unfortunately, I had to go with the group. I was really hoping to vote for Jack tonight, but hopefully he flushes a compass if he has one. But sorry, Gideon.
I'm voting for you because this is what the numbers on my tribe have said. Also, the fact that you kept trying to find out if I was on the bottom and insinuating that I was on the bottom of my alliance was a little skeezy. And so I'm not ashamed of this vote. Have a good one.
The chance is so small, but the original 3, at least according to what Gideon told me, are voting for you, Keel. And even if it's very unlikely you'll be voted off, there's a chance, so I'll take it. Otherwise, we'll be in the minority still tomorrow.
This works this time.
So that was fun. Sure, we'll go with Maddie. Maybe we can still work with good old Rob in the future. Who knows?
So I think I just screwed myself, because if I hadn't told Kyle the plan, he'd probably be going home. But now it's definitely between me and my closest ally, Ryan, and I'm going to have to vote his way. Hopefully they recognize that I voted for Gideon, and that keeps me alive, but I'm pretty sure I am dead in the water. Woo!
Alright, my vote is for Jack. There was one of the 2 of you that had to go, so plan kind of worked out. I was just hoping the compass wasted on you first, but it is what it is. I'm glad I used it to save myself.
Gonna vote for Jack. This is who I wanted to vote for originally, so this works out.
All right, take 2. Sorry, Jack. I did not want to vote for you. You seem like a very strong competitor. Unfortunately, this is where the vote seems to be tonight.
Jack, I'm sorry. We had a great connection and you were an awesome player. But right now, it's between you and me, and I'd prefer it not be me.
Gideon does not count. 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 Oh, baby, I've been waiting for this one.